Hello, friends, and good morning, and welcome you all. Today, we are going to discuss about energy saving and how to improve our health of the planet Earth, and how we can get to various advantages by saving of energy. So let us discuss what is energy and energy environment and its behavioral impact on eco-sustainable development and our environment. So energy is, I think, energy is omnipresent. Energy, everyone know about energy, and whether it is activity, life activity, whether it is industrial activity, any kind of activity is propagated by energy. So energy is driving force for all activity, whether these are living being or non-living being. So various industrial activity, commercial activity, agricultural activity, and life activities all are governed by the energy. All are this is a driving force of energy. So energy, a main source of energy on planet Earth, it is solar energy. That is, it is a ultimate source of energy. But on planet Earth, various manifestations of energy are there. We can see energy, biomass energy, fossil fuel energy. Fossil fuel energy mainly comprise of the coal energy and the gas energy, oil energy, and all these energies are due to very long geomorphological changes occurred in millions of years on planet Earth, and it is due to sun. So again, we can find that it is due to sun radiation because whether all flora and fauna trapped inside the planet Earth due to taking energy from the sun. So this energy again converted into coal, gas, or oil. So this is we can say ultimate source of energy is always oil. So energy only on planet Earth that here it is ability of planet Earth that it can convert solar energy. By with the help of solar energy, we can convert, we can produce food, and no other planet is there on a solar system that it can convert solar energy into food. So our planet, that's why in our planet Earth, life is possible because planet Earth converts solar energy by photosynthesis into food. That is why life is possible. So here we know that energy it is available everywhere on all planet, but it expresses itself when it is in transition, when it is in flow, in form of various types of the work, whether in form of the product or some output or some services. It is always express itself in form of the work and force. So let us see that why energy is important for us and how we can save energy and what is the behavioral impact of the human being on energy usage. We know that more and more energy usage become a status symbol for many people. They think that more use of energy is a status symbol, and that's why we can see big houses and large number of ACs equipped in their houses, and that's why they consume more energy than required, than their basic requirement. This is, I think, that now it is a time we have to think that there is a global consciousness to decrease energy usage. So now energy, new status symbol is how we minimize energy usage. By minimizing energy usage, we can claim status that we have status, we are using less energy and minimum energy. That is now becoming a new status, and we have houses which consume minimum energy, or they are these houses are net zero energy consuming houses. By either we take natural energy by in form of solar energy or wind energy to fulfill our requirement of the houses, or we minimize energy usage by our changing behavioral habit. So by changing behavioral habit means that we have to minimize energy consumption in our houses. We can contribute directly or indirectly in form of the reduction in greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gases, we know that when fossil fuel burnt, and a lot of emissions takes place due to burning of fossil fuel during production of electricity. So these burnt fuel create a lot of gases. These gases are carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and other harmful nitrous oxide gases. These are greenhouse gases, which are very harmful because they trap the ozone layer that is enveloped surrounding the Earth, planet Earth, in atmosphere. So when this ozone layer trapped, and it no formation of ozone layer will take place, so holes will create, and ultraviolet rays from the sun will not be trapped by the ozone layer, so it will reaches to the ground where life will be dangerous. Life will be under threat because ozone ultraviolet gases are potentially dangerous for the life. That's why protection of ultraviolet rays, trapping of ultraviolet rays by ozone layer must be intact. So we have to minimize energy consumption so that greenhouse gas emission can be minimized. That is a behavioral changes we have to brought about among masses, that you use up more energy is not status symbol, but use up less energy is status symbol. That is that kind of awareness we have to create among masses. So we are going to discuss how we can minimize our energy consumption and how we can contribute towards reduction in carbon dioxide emission and the protection of the planet Earth. We can make this planet Earth more healthy and more livable for future generations. That is our responsibility as human beings to maintain life on the Earth, and by making it more healthy to coming generation. That is the purpose of discussion of today. So how individual as unit and society at writ large can save energy. So let us take one example that we know that every day in our house, when there is a light coming, we feel happiness. When there cut off light, we feel sad because we are so much dependent on the light, electricity. Our life on cities, I think, become so much dependent, and now this habitat is also changing in villages also, because there is a large there is a, I think 18 to 24 18 20 hour supply of electricity. So people living in villages are also becoming more comfort conscious, and they are using more and more electricity. That's why this is creating energy consumption in comfort. For comfort, maintenance of comfort is increasing, and 20 to around in developing countries this trend can be seen that consumption percentage of consumption of total demand of electricity is increasing for the comfort in domestic sector. Around 20% of total consumption of electricity now in domestic sector, in houses, complexes, and commercial places everywhere, around 20%, and around 27 to 30% in transport sector, and around 40% in the 40 to 44% in industrial sector. So has been this alarming signal that in domestic sector, energy consumption, electricity consumption is increasing around 20% in developing countries. For example, in India, we consume around 20% to maintain comfort in houses. This is not a good sign for the energy consumption. That's why global warming is increasing also. We have to reduce energy consumption in domestic sector. So let us take one example how we can reduce energy consumption. That one thing I want to say that in every day from morning 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. we can say there is, I think, moderate temperature. We have to open the window, switch off all lights and electrical appliances, open all windows so we can allow fresh air coming, and exit out the trapped air that is having more carbon dioxide. So fresh air come, and the cross ventilation will be maintained, and also light from the sun rays also enter inside the house. So natural sanitization will also take place, and positive atmosphere will develop if we allow all windows and doors open. So we allow air cross through our houses. Fresh air we allow enter into houses, and we switch off all our appliances. For example, if we have connection of 3 kilowatt, for example, if we have connection of 3 kilowatt, for this data may vary from individual to individual family, but generally in on an average 2 kilowatt or 3 kilowatt, we are taking example of 3 kilowatt. So every day we can switch up to 2.5 kilowatt. Every day we can switch up 2.5 kilowatt power. So we can save, if we switch up it for 2 hours only, 2 hours, we can extend it up to 3 hours and 4 hours every day. And we can also switch up our refrigerator and air conditioner. We can use air conditioner in extreme conditions because our body can accommodate in all conditions. So whenever condition become very acute and extreme, then we can, only in that case we should use our air conditioner. So for example, we switch up 2.5 out of 3 kilowatt hour, we can switch up 2.5 kilowatt hour per 2 hours. So 2.5 kilowatt hour equal to 2 unit of electricity you can save. 1 kilowatt hour, 1 kilowatt hour, 1 kilowatt hour equal to 1 unit of electricity. Unit is a basic for electricity billing, unit is used. So if we switch up 2.5 kilowatt per 2 hours, it is equal to 5 unit of electricity you can save every day. 5 unit of electricity we can save every day. And that we can save for whole month. In 1 month, we can save 30 into 5. 30 into 5 equal to 150 unit of electricity we can save for this data. This is just for the explanation purpose only. This value may differ 50 unit to 150 unit depending upon how many appliances used during this 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. How much electrical appliances we use. On that basis, it may vary. So we are taking maximum value 150 unit we can save. So monthly saving around, if we say, we can see monthly saving 1 month, how much monthly saving may be there. Monthly saving in terms of the monetary value, monthly saving will be equal to 150 into 8 means 1,200 rupees, 1,200 rupees Indian currency. So that much we can save for that is maximum value for having connection of 3 kilowatt. If we switch up 2.5 kilowatt hour only for 2 hours, we can extend up for 3 hours or 4 hours depending upon our comfort level. So, and if we say that how many units we can save for whole year, how many units we can save for whole year, for whole year, how many units we can save? So multiply 150 into 12, it will be equal to 1800 units. 1800 units we can save for whole year. So in terms of monetary value, how much money we can save? Money that can be saved for whole year, that can be saved for whole year equal to 1800 into 12, that is equal to 1800 into 8 rupees, that is equal to 12,400 rupees. 12,400 rupees we can save for the whole year. This is one aspect of the energy consumption, reduction in energy consumption. But this is money saving is not an ultimate aim of this discussion, I think, because we want to save our environment. So how much carbon dioxide emission we can save? That is the ultimate purpose of discussion, because more and more carbon dioxide emission, greenhouse gases emission will take place due to burning of fossil fuel. And this will have adverse impact on our environment. So ultimate purpose is, for many people, money saving is not very important, but they should know that by saving their electricity, they are contributing toward the making this planet Earth more eco-sustainable for future generation. It is duty of our present generation that they secure planet Earth more livable for their coming generations, their own children's, make it more livable, more so that they can live peacefully, they can live comfortably. That is a transition. That is our date towards Earth. Yeah, that is our contribution towards Earth for the future generation. So one thing I want that we can save 1800 unit, but one thing that I want to explain here that energy saving at end users is equivalent to 2 times of the energy production at the production level. Why? Because anything that is at power plant level, energy produced at power plant by burning of fossil fuel, whatever energy produced by power plant, it reaches only 50% up to end users. So if 100 kilowatt, 100 unit of electricity produced by the power plant, it will reach only 50 units will reach. So at end users, if we save 1 unit, one unit, one unit saved at end users, at end user level, equal to 2 unit, equal to unit production, 2 unit of production of energy. That is important. That is energy saving is more important than production, because 1 unit, if we say 1 unit at our level, it is equivalent to 2 unit of production of electricity. So here we have saved by switching off for 2 hours, 2.5 kilowatt hour of capacity. We have switched off for 2 hours, means 5 unit we saved for a whole day. So overall, in a whole year, we saved 1800 units. So at the production level, yearly, yearly, sorry, yearly saving, yearly saving by individual, individual family, individual at production, at production level, at production, you can say production equivalent equal to 3600 unit, 3600 unit. If we save energy 1800 unit in whole year, it is equivalent to production of 3600 unit of electricity, 3600 units of electricity by individual family, individual family. And one thing that how much carbon dioxide emission we can, so अगर इसको हम if we want to convert, if we want to convert how much it is equivalent to generation of power, this is unit means 3600 kilowatt hour, 3600 kilowatt, 3600 unit means 3600 kilowatt hour, 3600 kilowatt hour. So if we convert into power, so power will be equal to total energy 3600 kilowatt hour upon 1 hour. That is 36 second. 1 hour equal to 36 second. So 36 divided, so it is equal to 1 kilowatt. It is equal to 1 kilowatt. It is equivalent to, we have installed capacity of 1 kilowatt hour of a solar plant, solar power plant. You can say 1 kilowatt hour. It is equivalent, saving of 3600 unit of electricity in whole year is equal to, we are running 1 kilowatt hour of photovoltaic system continuously working for whole of the year. That is a contribution of individual human being, individuals. Suppose we want to convert in terms of the carbon dioxide emission. So according to international, according to chemical calculation, 1 kilowatt, 1 unit or 1 kilowatt hour is equivalent to 1.484 kg of CO2 emission. If energy is produced by, if we are energy using that is produced by fossil fuel, or it is based on the either gas based or coal based or oil based power plant. So we are saving, by saving 1 unit of energy, we are saving, we are reducing carbon dioxide emission 1.484 kg, and by saving 3600, by saving 3600 unit of electricity means multiplied by 3600 into 1.484, we get around kg value, we get around 5000, we get around 5350 kg. That is equivalent to 5.35 ton, 5.35 ton of CO2 emission, CO2 emission. So one individual family, one individual small family can save, can reduce 5.35 ton of the CO2 emission. So that is a huge contribution towards reduction in greenhouse gases, because it is a representative of the greenhouse gases. CO2 is a representative of the greenhouse gases, all greenhouse gases, carbon dioxide, major contribution of the greenhouse gases is CO2. That is why it is considered as CO2 as a representative of the greenhouse gases. SO2, sulfur dioxide, nitrous oxide, carbon monoxide. So 5.35 ton of the carbon dioxide emission can be reduced by the individual. That is a huge contribution towards the environment. And agar yahan par, if we take example, if suppose 1 million people, 1 million people, 1 million people adopt this habit, 1 million people now adopt this habit, means 10 to power 6 people now adapting. So how much energy can be saved? So that is energy saving, if you want to say. Let us see here. Let us find. So if 1 million people now adopt this habit, this behavioral habit to reduce energy consumption, then how much contribution will be there in terms of the CO2 emission and in terms of the power saving? That I want to discuss here. So one people with one family, now see, you have seen that one family save 3600 unit at the production level. So 1 million people, how much they will save at the production level? That I want to discuss here. So let us see. So suppose 1 million, one people, 3600 unit by one person. Energy saved by one person. So 1 million multiplied by 10 to power 6. That is equal to 3600 multiplied by 10 to power 6 unit. That is, you can say kilowatt hour. Kilowatt hour of energy will be saved by 1 million people, means 10 lakh people. 1 million people, if they are adopting this habit of energy saving, switching off all their electrical appliances for 2 hours every day from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. or from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. That is a very easy to adopt, because we have already practicing this habit. That's why I am discussing here. So now it is equal to 3600 multiplied by 10 to power 6 kilowatt hour. And if you want to convert in terms of the power, then how much will be equal to? Divide it whole value by 3600 seconds, because 1 hour equal to 3600 seconds. So it is equal to 10 to power 6 kilowatt of power generation. It is equal to 10 to power 6 of kilowatt of power generation. If 1 million people adopt this habit, they are generating power of 10 to power 6 kilowatt. If we want to convert into megawatt, then it will be equal to 10 to power 3 megawatt of electricity generation, of electricity generation. So equal to 1000 megawatt. You know that 1000 megawatt means it is equivalent to one super thermal power plant or two medium thermal power plant. And this is a huge amount of energy. 1000 megawatt electricity is sufficient to fulfill the requirement of one big city like Delhi, Bombay, or I think 5 small cities. It is equivalent to, this is a huge amount of energy. And you know that to establish a thermal power plant of 1 megawatt, it will be cost around the cost of establishing of this capacity power plant equal to around 20,000 crore to 40,000 crore rupees. So huge saving, and this saving we can use because we import oil, we import gas, we import coal from the other countries. The huge amount of the large amount of the foreign investment we use for the importing of oil, coal, gas. So we can use this saving in infrastructure development, agriculture, water conservation, river conservation, and forestry for environmental production and social welfare, health welfare, and education sector. We can use by saving this amount of energy. We can use in other sectors for benefit of the common person. So this is a saving by the only 1 million people. They can reduce production of the 1000 megawatt. They will able to remove to and if you can say someone question that the employment will reduce, but when we invest in other sector, huge and more employment that will generate in other sector, because this amount will be invested in somewhere social sector, agriculture, infrastructure, water conservation, forestry. So in here, new employment generation will take place in education sector, in health sector, new areas of the employment will create. So there is no any issue related to employment in the energy sector. We can shift to the photovoltaic sector based on the renewable energy resources, photovoltaic, wind energy, biomass energy. This investment, because we are saving foreign exchange, because we are reducing import of oil and gas and oil, gas and coal. So this is very important, and we are reducing. Let us see how much carbon dioxide emission we can reduce by 1 million people. So how much reduction in carbon dioxide will take place by 10 to power 6%. So one person, one family we have calculated one family uh, equal to 5.35 ton of CO2 emission, reduction in CO2 emission. If one family adopt this behavioral habit of switching up the 2.5 unit of the 2.5 kilowatt capacity for 2 hours every day, they can reduce CO2 emission up to 5.35 ton. So how many means to 1 million people? 10 to power 6 people. 10 to power 6 people not here suitable families equal to 5.35 into 10 to power 6 million ton. Sorry, ton of CO2 emission, reduction in CO2 emission. This is a very huge amount. If 1 million people adopt this habit of reduction in energy consumption, they will be able to reduce carbon dioxide emission up to 5.35 into 10. You can say 5.3 million ton of the CO2 emission will be reduced. That is prevented to go into atmosphere. So our planet Earth will become more healthy. So how many advantages we will discuss in next slide. So let us see how many advantages are there. There is no, in this practice, we can't have any disadvantage. No one can claim that by reducing our energy consumption, we have any disadvantage. This is totally disadvantage free. So how many advantages only we can discuss only advantages of this practice. That is a first advantage is that we can directly save money in terms of the reduced electricity bill. Reduced electricity bill. Electricity bill. Reduced electricity bill. First advantage, increase life of electrical appliances. So when life of electrical advance, because electrical appliances will be rest for 2 hours, so less maintenance will be required. Fatigue failure will be there, will be less, and devices will cool down, its efficiency will increase, it will consume less electricity again. So we have to not invest frequently. So again, we are saving money because increasing life of electric appliances means we are saving money. 100 unit saving is equivalent to 200 unit of energy production. Any saving at individual is equivalent to 2 times because only 50% of energy produced at power plant will reach up to the end user. That's why 1 unit saving is equivalent to 2 unit of production. Decrease CESG emission means greenhouse gas emission will decrease. We have discussed that greenhouse gas emission is reduced and more green planet Earth. So when greenhouse gases emission will reduce, its load on the planet Earth will decrease. So uh, planet will become more green because a lot of deforestation will also take place due to excessive use of the fossil fuel. So greenery means more eco-sustainable planet. Green planet means a more eco-sustainable, more livable, more healthy. It is a green means not a green color, but flora and fauna will be more vibrant and healthy. That's why more green planet Earth. Immunity power increases. Why? How immunity power decreases? Our body will adapt to live to in extreme condition. When we switch off light, when we switch off the air conditioner, our body will adapt into these conditions. So our immunity power will increase because if we live in we search for more comfort, our immune power will decrease. So excessive extreme condition, if we adapt our body in an extreme condition, then our immunity power will increase. That is a main advantage. I think this is a main advantage. Seeing the present in context in all over the world, we can see that in the COVID pandemic, due to comfort, people living in comfort are more prone to attack of the coronavirus, and they have less immune power and power to resist virus. So immunity power generally, people having more immunity power, those are living very close to nature in extreme conditions. Those who fight with the nature in natural conditions, they have more strong immunity power compared to people living in comfort zone, people living in artificially maintained comfort level. So that is why living in air conditioner, they find themselves very extreme situation in such type of situations. Contribution towards nation building. This is also important. Contribution towards national building means why government will have to invest lesser amount of money, resources, foreign exchange will be saved, and that can be used for the other sector. Already we have discussed that we can invest saved money in the infrastructure development, agriculture, forestry, education, healthcare institutions, and social welfare. Here government can invest, and so that is a contribution towards nation building and availability of fresh water. So because in fossil fuel burning everywhere, whether it is a nuclear power plant or gas-based power plant or coal-based power plant, everywhere we can see that water is required. Water is required because when heat is generated in furnace, so water is converted into steam. So steam is a working fluid for generation of electricity. Steam is used to run the steam turbine with the help of the from boiler to steam turbine. There is a insulated pipe through which steam is supplied from the boiler to the turbine, where pressure and thermal energy of the steam is used for the running of the turbine. Pressure energy converted into mechanical energy, and turbine is connected with the sensor that is connected with the generator. So generator will also rotate, and due to electromagnetic induction, electricity generated, and this electricity fed to the grid, and after suitably modifying by stepping up to higher voltage, and then supplied from the high tension line to the various end users, and from power plant to the end user. There are so many substations. These substations are required because there are so many types of the end users: big industries, small industries, very small industries, commercial buildings, institutions, and domestic users. So accordingly, we have to step down the voltage and current. That's why step down operations are required from power plant to the end users. And during step down operations and distribution of electricity from high tension lines, lot of electricity lost that and reaches up to 50%. That's why uh, energy saving at end users is equivalent to 2 times of the energy produced at the power plant. So we can see that everywhere when fossil fuel converted into electricity, it is a water is a working fluid. So water, huge amount of water is required, and that is a if huge amount of water is required for the power generation, so there will be lack of the fresh potable water. So when less energy being used, we have more availability of the potable water, and that is why more fresh water is required. You can see, if you want to see how much water is required for running of the power plant, you can go, you can see in India, that is in Narora power plant or Unshahar thermal, super thermal power plant, everywhere huge amount. This water is supplied from the Ganga, river Ganga, and huge pipe, very big pipe having diameter up to 50 centimeter, 1 meter diameter pipes. 3 and 4 pipe are used to supply the electricity, and big canals are used to supply water to the power stations. A huge amount of fresh water is required, not a bad water. We have to clean this water. Either we have to clean this water or we use fresh water. Gangesh water, that is Narora, we have seen that is a fresh water. So huge amount of water is required. So when we use less energy, so this power availability, this availability of the fresh water will be more when we use less energy. It's a national impact. National impact, already we have discussed that by saving energy, more and more people will adopt this habit. What will be its result? Its impact will be national. So at individual family level, we have to increase up to the national level, so that we can save more and more energy and more carbon dioxide emission reduction. So the national level, at national level, we can make our environment more cleaner, our water resources more cleaner, and more availability of fresh water for drinking purpose and for irrigation purpose. And we can save a lot of money, a huge amount of money, and that money can be used for the other sector. Already we have discussed that in areas of the healthcare, education, and infrastructure, agriculture, water conservation, basic amenities of life, which are concerned with basic amenities of life, where we can invest. So national impact will be very big by saving up energy. And this awareness should be spread among masses, that by contributing, once people know that by reducing their energy consumption, they are contributing towards nation building. This is a more patriotic thinking that by reducing energy consumption, indirectly you are protecting your environment, you are protecting your water resources, you are protecting your natural flora and fauna. That is a natural impact. People will feel more happy, and their life will be more happier, and they got purpose of the living, purpose of the energy saving, and purpose of the protection of the flora and fauna. That is a it's a national impact. And same thing also, when it's spread out very large, its global impact can be visible because a whole world is a global village in terms of the nature resources. Water bodies are connected, whole sea is connected, air bodies are connected. If you clean air at the national level, at local level, a whole air will be cleaned. So that is a global impact. Any reduction in carbon dioxide emission, overall reduction of carbon dioxide emission of the global level will be felt. So any reduction, anything that is you uh, create at local level, its impact will be at global level. If you make water dirty at sea, whole sea will be dirty. If you emit carbon dioxide in greenhouse gases at local level, whole of the air body will be having more CO2 emission. That's why whenever any talk takes place regarding global warming or protection of the earth, it is a global talk. It is a global talk always, because any only local one person contribution is not sufficient. It is a contribution from the whole world. Every country has to abide the rule of the any Kyoto Protocol that I want to discuss here. So let us here, I want to discuss what is a global impact, what is a carbon credit. Carbon credit I want to discuss. Everyone is familiar with the carbon credit, but many people do not have idea about the carbon credit. That is very important. When we save energy, or when we save energy, at local level or individual level, its impact will be national and global. So 1 kilowatt production of one unit, electricity, 1 unit of electricity will emit 1.484 kg of CO2 emission. If we produce 1 unit of electricity, 1 kilowatt hour of electricity, we have to release 1.484 kg of the CO2 in atmosphere. That is by using fossil fuel. If we are using fossil fuel, for example, coal, gas, oil, these are fossil fuel. So these are major representative of fossil fuel. If energy, and we know that more than 50% of energy requirement is still fulfilled by using fossil fuel, a huge amount of CO2 emission takes place. So according to chemical calculation, because fossil fuel comprise of the various hydrocarbons, methane, propane, butane, all these hydrocarbons will be there. So mainly carbon burning will take place. So major gases is CO2, SO2, nitrous oxide. So CO2 is a main representative. So 1 unit of electricity, there is a emission of the 1.484 kg of the CO2 while we are producing electricity by using fossil fuel, coal, gas, or oil. So that is a CO2 emission, condition of CO2 emission. According to Kyoto Protocol, that was held in 1997. This CO2 emission goes into atmosphere, so it is dangerous for the life. If a percentage of CO2 emission ranges from the around 450 ppm. ppm means per part per million, 450 part per million CO2. If there is CO2 presence in atmospheric gas, then it will be dangerous, because and this ratio is increasing day by day. And nowadays in some cities, for example, in Delhi and in our country, India, some in winter season, this ranges up to 1200 ppm, up to 1200 ppm during winter season. So life becomes very dangerous when it reaches up to 1200 ppm. So it is dangerous. So we have to reduce this value. In 1997, there was Kyoto Protocol. Kyoto Protocol. Kyoto is a city name in Japan where all countries, all abiding participating countries held meeting in 1997. They agreed that we have to reduce carbon dioxide emission. They all agreed that every country will abide by this norm that we have to abide that we have to reduce carbon dioxide emission 1990 level 5.2% CO2 emission less than 5.2% less than 1990 level. According to Kyoto Protocol, all countries agreed to reduce carbon dioxide emission by 5.2% of 1990 level. Again, 1990, if 1990 level, suppose for example, it was, we don't take 100 ton, 100 million, 100 billion, 100 million ton. This is just example, this is not exact data, 100 million ton. Then we have to reduce 5.2%. So after 5.2% reduction, it will become around 94.8 million ton. So we have to reduce up to carbon dioxide emission 94.8 million ton. So at 1990, it was 100 million ton. And according to Kyoto Protocol, that was held in 1997. We have to reduce up to 94.8 million ton of CO2 emission to atmosphere. And this condition we have to fulfill from 2004 to 2008. This is a cooling time, 2008. That is a Kyoto Protocol agreement. So we have to reduce and we have to complete it by year 2004 to 2008. That is a 94.8 million ton, means 5.2% reduction of the 1990 level. That was Kyoto Protocol. So how we can define carbon credit? So 1.484 kg of CO2 emission takes place due to generation of electricity by using fossil fuel, 1 unit electricity. If we generate 1 unit of electricity, then we emit 1.484 kg of CO2. Suppose any concern 1,000 unit. Suppose any company ABC of any place. Now they are producing 1,000 unit of electricity per year using photovoltaic power plant. So how much reduction? Because photovoltaic power plant, there is no any emission of the CO2 gas. So how much CO2 being saved by the shifting from the fossil fuel to photovoltaic power plant? 1,000 units is produced. So you can simply multiply by 1.484 multiplied by 1,000 equal to 1.1484 kg. That is equal to 1.484 ton of the electricity emission. Sorry, ton of the CO2 emission. So that is equal to 1 ton of the CO2 is equal to 1 ton CO2 emission equal to 1 credit. 1 credit earned and equal to $36. Equal to $36. This is equal to $36. So $36 will be earned for per ton of the energy reduction, per ton of the CO2 emission. That company will earn 1 credit, and $36 will be given to that company. So if company earned 100 credit multiplied by $36, you will multiply by, if any company, because this is a very less amount of the energy, 1,000 unit in per year. We can, so power plant generally produces megawatt capacity. So huge number of the carbon credit will be earned by the company. So any company, any other country, for example, Germany. Germany, we take example of Germany. Germany is not using shifting from coal-based power plant to photovoltaic power plant. So they are signing country of the Kyoto Protocol. If any country not abiding to this Kyoto Protocol, they have to buy carbon credit from those countries who are earning this carbon credit. So they will get profit in this term. If any country changing energy pattern from fossil fuel based power plant to photovoltaic based power plant, they will earn a carbon credit, and they can sell their carbon credit to those countries who are not abiding Kyoto Protocol and still producing their energy by using coal. So they have to buy this carbon credit from those countries who earned this carbon credit due to changing their power plant, coal-based power plant or fossil fuel-based power plant to photovoltaic or renewable energy-based power plant. This is a carbon credit. So huge in this way, they can make a profit, and they can make a profit also, and they can also contribute toward the environmental protection and making the planet Earth more livable, more vibrant, more green. That is a so many advantages we can achieve, and we can feel more happy once we know that we are our contribution. Most of the people all over the world, they don't know what is their contribution. They know that they are using huge amount of energy. They have large number of ACs. They feel very VIP person, like very, they feel that they have a status symbol. They have 5, 6 ACs in their rooms in house. They have big houses. This is not a status symbol. If you reduce energy consumption, then people recognize you, your contribution, government recognize your contribution. Government should reward to those people who are involved in energy saving. They are earning energy saving, and how much energy saving, it should be monitored by the small, by using information and communication technology. So they can monitor, government can monitor people who are energy saving a person, and government should reward in terms of the carbon credit, in terms of energy saving. So their people then can feel that their contribution. So that is purpose of today's session. I think you will know, you will feel happy to see whatever we have discussed, and you will try to also make your habit of energy saving. And in this way, you can contribute towards nation building and contribute towards the protection of the planet Earth. Thank you very much, and wish you a very nice day.